we doing? How we doing? What? I don't know why I can hear it starting That's kind of crazy. I don't know why. It just shouldn't be. There's literally no. There's literally no. There's no microphone on this source, but for some reason it still plays. I just don't even. Oh, hi Lily. I'm late. I'm so late. I don't know why. I don't know why you can hear my mic on this on the starting soon. I don't know. All right. Hi. I'm here. I'm late. I'm like, gosh, I'm late. I woke up. Okay, no, I woke up at like 8 or so, and I was just like scrolling on Twitter for most of that time. And no, I didn't fall asleep in my chair. I spent most of it. Okay, no, I spent like the past hour literally just working on this thumbnail. That's what I just spent the past hour doing. Yeah, and then I spent like, I don't know, I spent like maybe 45 minutes just scrolling on my phone on Twitter because I was like, oh, I don't feel like getting up. And then I was like getting stuff prepped. My desk is just a mess. My desk is just like, there's just stuff all over because there's just so much going on. I have no desk room at all. So all right, yeah, Sunday show. I don't got anything else to say. Oh, I did upload a a couple shorts that were actually turning out pretty well. People are like commenting on them, and so I was thinking what I might try is the shorts I make, because these seem to be working. I don't know, that people engage with them. Basically it's me playing Deadlock, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a clip of like me like screwing up or me like dying or something, and it's gonna be asking, hey, what would you have done? So like it like I think I can do some more like advanced editing, so I can die in Deadlock, like do a rewind, and have like, you know, what would you have done in this situation? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the video plays again. Because there was people in my one Deadlock video, and people were just like flaming me in the comments, and like not in like a bad way, but also they were kind of like, you kind of suck. So it's like, all right, but a lot of people were commenting, and I'm like, okay, maybe this might work. So I think today I might spend some time doing that. Obviously that Where Wouldn't Speaks video, I don't know, man. It's coming out. It'll come out when it comes out. We've spent so long on it. You're on vacation, right? How's your vacation going? Ugh. Oh, you're back at home. Good. Good. Hope you had a good time. Oh boy. short vacation. Short vacation. That's okay. That's okay. That's not bad. Better than no vacation, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Let us let's go ahead. We're gonna switch over. Okay. So today's stream is gonna be us cleaning my shoes. And this, I was thinking about this. I'm like, I don't know. This seems kind of like absurd, and it seems kind of strange. But I mean, like these need cleaned. Now what this is not actually dirt. What this is chemical stains from my work, and I have a cleaning kit here. Now I've cleaned them before, but I don't think I properly. I didn't properly stain these. So I've already cleaned off the bottom of the shoes because I need to do that in the sink. But we're gonna go ahead and do the whole thing, because these are like genuine leather, and these fit perfectly. I have like insoles in them, but I mean these fit literally perfectly. When I originally got these, I had to stick because they didn't fit at first. Yeah, my feet are a little bit weird. The dimensions, they are like the length of like a size 10. Oh, well, this is an American. I'm not sure. American measurements. But my feet are like the size, the length of a size 12, but the width. No, what is it? I don't know. My feet are the length of a size 10, but the width of a 12. So, but these weren't even big enough then. So what I did is I had to put this basically, I think I actually open up this pack. So this is gonna be the brush we're using. I basically had to I have a brush that's about double this size. It's like a big block brush. And I basically just shoved that in the shoe for about a week to stretch it out. And once that was done, yeah, they're basically perfect now. Now I think so we got that. We got a bunch of different brushes. We have shoe polish. So this is I think this is this is a neutral polish oil. We have a sponge. I thought I had shoe polish. Where is it? Oh no, here it is. Yeah, I got mink oil. That's what we're gonna use, and we got black shoe polish, which is what we're gonna be using to try to go and fix that stainage. We got a bunch of brushes here. My desk is completely full. I have no more room. I had where'd it go? I thought I had. Oh, hold on a minute. This is the box. I'm running out of room. Okay. Anyway, this is the box that it came in. And then yeah, so it has directions here. So yeah, a used shoe brush to remove dust. Dip some shoe wax with the cloth or brushes. Polish shoes carefully. Make sure all surfaces are covered, and then shine the leather with sponges or cloth. So yeah. Most of these we're not really gonna use. We're gonna use this one for the mink oil. This is what we're gonna apply with the mink oil. I've never used this one, so I'm not. not gonna worry about that. Yeah, this is what we're gonna do with the mink oil. This one we're gonna be using the to brush off. This is the sponge. When you open it up, it pops up. Now this sponge is covered in a liquid oil, so that way you can shine it. And then we have this cloth. Now this cloth has polish on it, but I didn't polish it properly before because what I did, and I didn't realize at the time, I was at work and I was really excited, so I just kind of went through and did it. But I need to wet down the cloth and then get polish on it, and then but with the mink oil, we will be using the brush, but we're gonna do it by hand mostly. I was watching a video and basically it's saying that the oils in your hand can help kind of make it work a bit better. So now first, what we're gonna do is, why is my brush like this? What happened? See that? What happened? What happened to it? Oh, you see all that dust? See all that dust? What? Where'd that come from? Okay, don't breathe that in. Don't breathe that in. Don't breathe that in. So yeah, we're gonna take off these laces first. Now I laced these up before, but I did it wrong. And I don't know. I was kind of thinking about it. Do I like that look? Because I don't have it laced at the top here. But I just have these two, and I was like, do I like that look? But then I was looking at these, and I'm like, yeah, this is a better lace. I like this one better. But I just messed up last time. So we're gonna take these laces out. These laces are also. I think eventually I'd probably have to get new laces because these are eventually out. These are a lot nicer laces than other shoes. I mean, I wouldn't say these are like super expensive shoes. This is probably the most I've ever spent on like shoes before though, and they're like really nice. And I think if I'm able to take care of them, they're gonna last a long. One of the things I will need eventually is I will eventually need to resole them, because that's starting to wear out. So you can basically see like where I'm walking all the time. That should all be grooved, just like the front of the shoe. But because I put all my weight, that's how I walk. It's just worn out the ridges. It's the same with the other shoe. Same exact thing. So eventually I would need to have these resoled, which, is fine. I'm going to take these laces off. And I did this, I previously cleaned them, that is, about, I don't know, 6 months ago. But with the snow and everything, there's been lots of salt and stuff that I've walked through and other stuff. And I think you should clean them once every 6 months or so. Okay, so we got these two. We are going to work on a right side shoe first. Let me we're gonna put this on the ground. We're gonna right side shoe first. Yeah. Drinking coffee. I'm not much of a coffee person, but yeah. So the first thing is we just kind of brush all this stuff off. I guess there's not really much to say about that. Yeah, we just want to get all the dust, all the little dirt that's in here that's built up, get all that off. should be good. Yeah, I don't think this will take like hours. Once we're done with this, we're probably gonna go read some more of that one book we were reading the other couple weeks ago. Okay, this should be good. I did get a see that scratch. I don't know what that's from. That might be from Boba. Boba was actually like biting on my shoe. Yeah, I think last night. He was just sitting there like biting on it. And he like knocked it over. Oh, you said you saw some cats, or there were some cats on your vacation, right? We're gonna open up that mink oil. Oh, that must have been cool. We got that oil. And so we're gonna apply it, and we're gonna apply it by hand. Yeah, you can already see it doing its thing. And I think in the video I said just you can use it. I'll take that. And one of the things is with leather shoes is you can kind of see it caving in there. Um, you can get these wooden things you put in your shoes that stop that from happening. I don't have that, so I should probably get that. Make sure this is on camera. Okay, I think the shoes are all covered. Maybe I should have washed off these edges first. That's what I did for the shoe. So yeah, so now we're just gonna go in circles with the brush. It's a circular brush. We're just gonna go in circles, make sure the mink oil gets applied properly on top of what we did with our hand. Am I doing this right? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, it's just my best. My best guess. So that water is going to be used when I go and polish this. All right, that's that. Okay. Yeah, so this is now fully waxified. Fully waxified. So now I'm gonna pop open the polish. Like shoe polish. Yeah, so we're gonna dip this some water, get this a bit wet. Does it get wet? Okay, this is probably gotta be a little bit careful. Okay, so we got the shoe polish. Because this can very easily just very much stain. I think I'm doing this right. I'm not exactly too sure. Smells like polish, that's for sure. Right? I don't know. Maybe I should look at a video first. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should have looked at the video first. I think I'm doing it right. Because it says polish shoes carefully. It doesn't really say how to polish specifically, so. Okay, I think I understand now. Okay, I gotcha. Okay, so then we'll okay, so we take this take this. We literally wrap it around our fingers. This is why it's This is why it's in a long cloth. So we get the polish there. And we take it and we go in small circles. And so that's what this smaller brush that we haven't used yet is going to be for. So we don't got to wet it down. We just got to make sure And then we're gonna use the I think he uses yeah, he uses the this brush. And he'll get some wax on there to make sure we get all the dude, how did he do it? Make sure we get the all the little crevices. Yep. Oh, US won? All right. That's cool. US won the Olympic hockey. Olympic and hockey. Olympics. Gosh, I can't talk. And then we have a wax fully applied now. After polish dries, so I think we're gonna give it a second. Then we're gonna fluff it. We're gonna give it a second. We're gonna let this sit. So we're gonna go back now. We're gonna give that a second. Let that dry and stuff, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna hit that with this. Nope, 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 nope. No, stop. You gotta get down. He just tried to jump up here. There we go. He can't be up here right now. Okay. I guess I don't. All right, no, I do need that water. We're gonna use that. We're just gonna wipe this down. Just clean this off really quick. Get rid of all the salt and stuff. I'm gonna dry it off. Brush it off. All right, we're gonna get some mink oil. Some mink oil, and we're gonna start applying it. I guess the thing is, there's not really much to talk about other than just what we're doing. It's not really much to say other than, yeah, no oil on the thing. So the oil is here to keep the leather healthy, make sure it's not getting dehydrated. If it does, it'll start to and I should so this right here, I'm pretty sure is either it like bending a lot or it dehydrating. Might be bending. 'Cause, like my other shoe is the thing right here that I need to buy that thing. I think because they're like fully wooden shoe looking things. You just shove it inside. It's like, it can be expensive. It's like $50, but you only really ever gotta buy one. So we're gonna brush it in circles now. Make sure all that oil's applied, and then we're gonna go back to our other shoe and we're gonna buff it. We're gonna get a sponge it, buff it and all that. We're gonna put a ton of polish on the front here because I want to try to cover up all that chemical burn. Should be good. Okay. Put this off to the side. We're going back here, and we're going to buff this. Camera shaking a lot. Sorry. Where's my sponge? How do I open this? F. My hands are oily. Hands are oily. So I'm pretty sure what this is gonna do is this is gonna try and seal in the polish. So I hope it is. I don't even know what this is. To be honest. It's just like oil. There's like an oil on it. It's kind of like greasy when you touch it. Okay. This one shoe done. Did I do it right? Better than it was. Better than it was. Okay, now go on to this one. Close up the sponge. Okay. this is the thing. I look down at my shoes and I'm like, ugh. Yummy. Smells like shoe polish. Yummy. Let me say that. It's worth it though. It's worth it. Yeah. Let's go to the back now. Ooh, shoes starting to fall apart here. Starting to fall apart. I wear my shoes so much. And these are the only shoes I wear. Trying to make sure I take care of them. And I'll know whether I actually covered up that chemical burn because once these this is actually and everything kind of dries out. Okay, so now we're gonna go and take this brush. We get all these crevices. edge of all these seams as well. Just do whatever feels right. Okay. And we're gonna give us a second. We're gonna let it kind of sit for a minute. Yeah. So I've been like posting like crazy on my Twitter. Like, dude, I'm posting so much on my Twitter. I've been, and I know you've been seeing it. I've been posting like screenshots from the webtoons that I'm reading. Because like, one, I thought it'd be good, like, you know, I thought it'd be good for just like posting, but also I don't really, because I mean I've been reading these for like years and I just don't talk to anybody about it. And sometimes like crazy hype stuff happens and I'm like, bro, I gotta talk about this, but I have no one to talk to about it. So I think this is like a good outlet. I think this is a good outlet for that. So yeah, I'm gonna keep doing that. And then also the thing with posting videos on Twitter too, I don't really do it, mostly because I don't like posting, or I don't like looking at my Twitter and seeing video. Right? I just don't really like that. So I like having a bunch of tweets in between video, but that what happens is that causes me to not ever post videos, even though I probably should be. Hold on, I'm gonna try to make sure there's enough polish on the front here to try to cover up. Yeah, so, but if I'm posting a lot more just like not videos, I feel better, because I want at least like a bunch of tweets and then a video. Right? I want the profile to be like not, oh, it's not just like, you know, I'll tweet out like silly jokes every once in a while. We'll tweet out like, you know, going live, tweet out some other stuff. Like I want it to be varied. Right? I don't want it to just be like going live, or just like engagement bait stuff. But I see that on my timeline a lot. Just like tons of people like doing engagement bait, and I just don't really like it. I mean, I get it, I get the game, but like, I just don't really. I just don't really like that kind of stuff. It's not really interesting. It's not really interesting to me. So, you know, I just don't. And also, I don't want to post like engagement bait stuff. Now, those deadlock videos that I was talking about, I wouldn't call them engagement bait. I think it's an interesting way to approach doing shorts, because I noticed a lot of people like to correct what you're doing because they feel like they know better, and which might be true. They might know better. They might know a lot more than I do. But I think making a video where it's set up in a way for people to do that, like one of the things I was thinking was like, okay, so let's say I'm playing Deadlock. I'm playing a character, right? And we're about to go into a team fight. So, but I have it like shot perfectly. So like there's a, so the short would start with something like, what would you do in this situation? And it's like, you know, my character running up, it freeze frames. so it would like the character would be playing, and then it would freeze frame, and before getting into the team fight, and it'd be like a 5-second countdown, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But it would before the countdown, I would say like, what would you do in this situation? And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 plays the clip, and you know, I either die or I get a play, whatever. But one of my things that I was kind of worried about is that I don't really know the game well enough to like teach people, but there's a lot of people who do know a lot. And so I think I can take that, like me not, it doesn't really matter whether I'm good or not at the game. I can just set up situations where people who are good at the game can like try to, you know, can like flex their knowledge and feel like, you know, engaging and stuff. I think it'd be interesting. I think I'm gonna go make a couple. I'm gonna go find some more because I die a lot in Deadlock, so you know. Yeah, we're gonna go get some more clips from which I might even go, and the thing is too, I might be able to just kind of go play games on my own, and like I don't need much. I don't really need much like footage. I just got to figure out how to like do a countdown in like video editing, and that's it. Yeah. And some people did like the music too. What we're listening to now, this is the Risk of Rain 2. So some people did like that. I didn't really like the audio. I've been really trying to get better at having my audio mixed a lot better, where like we hear the music right now, but you hear my voice over top of it, kind of thing. So I've been trying to make it a bit better. Yeah, so I've been trying to make it a bit better. So whenever I talk, the music gets quieter. But when I stop talking, it goes back up. So, yeah. Okay. This is probably dry by now, so we're gonna go ahead and buff this out. Buff this out, get those laces put back on, and then we're gonna go read a little bit. I know it's getting late over on your end, so we'll good. Let's get the sponge. Get the sponge. Come on. Let's. All right. Oh. Sponge. Oh. I'm getting sponged. Oh, I'm getting sponged. Let's hope that I did it properly and I covered up the thing. We'll see. We shall see. I shall see probably. Okay. at that. Lace these bad boys up. We're gonna lace them properly this time. We're gonna lace them properly. So we get one over here. Maybe I should wait a little bit. We get in and over here. We get cross it over there. The laces are good. Maybe it would behoove me to clean them. But crisscross, crisscross, crisscross. Here we go. Clean shoe. Hopefully. It's leather's been taken care of. It's polished, oiled. Should be good for another half a year. Then we'll come back around. We'll do it on stream again. You know, the thing is it gives me a really good excuse to do this. I do actually. I bought some elastic, so we can make stuff. I kind of wanted to try and make like a scrunchie for my hair, because sometimes when I'm in the house, I'll use a hair clip. And sometimes the metal parts can get like stuck in my hair. And I don't like it. It hurts. No good, no good. I got like super, super long hair. Crisscross, crisscross. And sometimes when I'm cooking, I just need to like. Here we go. What's that? That is that. 2 shoes. Nice and clean. Worn out, but gonna last me another 6 months. Another 6 months. And we'll be back. And this is the shoe. You can kind of see where it is. I don't know how much that's gonna come back. What is that? You see those 2 little bites? What's that from? What's that from? What's that from? Those look strangely set apart in the distance between them leads me to believe a certain creature might have bitten on them. Who must that be? I don't know. Very suspicious. Same with where is it? Same with this scratch right here. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna leave all my stuff out so it doesn't dry off. It's like oil and stuff. My shoes. Really don't want Boba. Okay. Yeah, give me a minute. I'll be back. I gotta go wash my hands. And then we're gonna go read a little bit. I'm gonna go do a little bit of reading. I'll be back. and cheese sandwich. All right. Okay. Yeah, so we're back. Story worthy. Then we can get through a chapter. We're on chapter 3. Chapter 3 is a bit long. A bit long. Chapter 3 is a bit long. That's okay. We'll see how much we can get through. All right. Chapter 3. Homework for life. I'm eating dinner with my family, sitting at the table with my wife, Alyssa, my daughter Clara, who is 5 at the time, and my son Charlie, who's almost 3. We're all enjoying our meal except for Charlie. Charlie's not eating dinner. Charlie never eats his dinner. Tonight we're having chicken nuggets, and as I hand him a nugget, Charlie throws it on the floor. Every chicken nugget that I place in front of him ends up on the hard wood, and we have the only dog in the world that won't eat table scraps. What? She's sitting at my feet, watching these tiny poultry bombs land all around her. She stares at them blankly. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind because my daughter Clara never throws a piece of food, has never thrown a piece of food in her entire life. She's perfect. She's just like me. But Charlie is not. For whatever reason, Charlie throws food at every meal. It doesn't matter if it's chopped liver or chocolate covered chocolate. It all ends up on the floor. So I turn to Alyssa and I ask, what are we going to do about Charlie and the food? Alyssa, his wife. Alyssa tells me that she's taking Charlie to the pediatrician tomorrow for his regular checkup and says she'll ask the doctor for advice. Great, I say. I love it when the experts solve my problems. 24 hours later, we're back at the table having dinner. Tonight, it's peas. It turns out that Charlie is an Olympic pea throwing champion. It's as if he's somehow turned them into anti-gravity peas. He could take them, roll them from the dining room to the kitchen with ease, and he thinks it's the greatest thing in the world. I think he could probably roll peas upstairs if I gave him a chance. Once again, I'm losing my mind, so I turn to Alyssa and ask, what did the doctor say about Charlie and the food? Alyssa stops eating. She puts her fork down, takes a deep breath. I sense something important is coming. I steel myself. She says, the doctor said that when Charlie throws food, we have to take all the food from him. And I know that's going to be hard for you. The doctor says that they have to take all the food away from him. She's right. It's going to be hard for me to take all the food away from Charlie. But I don't know why she would say something like that. I've always been perfectly capable of punishing my kids when needed. As an elementary school teacher, I understand the value of painful consequences. Okay. Why do you say it's going to be hard, I ask. She takes another deep breath. I know when you were a little boy, you didn't always have enough food to eat, so taking away food from Charlie is going to be hard for you. This is true too, but I've never told Alyssa about my childhood hunger. I've never told anyone that when I was a boy, I was hungry most of the time. It's a secret that I've kept close to my heart, hidden away for decades, because when we were poor and hungry, the last thing you do is tell anyone in the world that you are poor and hungry. It's a source of great shame and embarrassment, especially when you're a child. But my wife has spent almost 10 years with me. She's listened to me talk about my childhood. She's heard my stories. She's figured it out. She knows my secret. Then she tells me that every morning, when I put together Clara's lunch for school, I pack more food in her lunchbox than a child could ever eat in a single day. Then after I've left for work, Alyssa comes downstairs and unpacks the lunchbox. She's never wanted to tell me this because she knows how important it is to me to send my kids to school with enough food every day. More than enough food. I'm sitting at my dining table staring down across at my wife when I realize that she knows me better than any person in the world. She probably knows my heart better than I do. It's a moment I'll never forget. Here's the thing about that story. We experience moments like this all the time. This one may sound special and unique and maybe even beautiful, but only because I've crafted this particular moment in a story. In truth, these moments are everywhere. They exist in multitudes for all of us. They're like dander in the wind. They exist all around us, more than you could ever imagine. The problem is that we don't see these moments. We fail to notice them or recognize their importance. And when we happen to see one, we don't reach out to catch it. We don't record it. We don't save it. We fail to keep these precious moments safe for the future. Years ago, I found a way to recognize and collect these moments, and it's changed my life. It's turned me into a storyteller with an endless supply of stories. Stories that don't rely upon near-death experiences or unlawful imprisonments or homelessness to be effective. It's also made me a happier person. Let me explain. Back in 2013, I was becoming desperate. I've been telling stories on stage for almost 2 years, and I was head over heels in love with storytelling. As I continued to perform night after night, I realized two things. One, I needed more stories. If I was going to continue to perform, I was going to have to generate more content. Two, the stories that my friends initially thought would be great, the near death experiences, the arrests, and the trials for a crime I didn't commit, sharing a bedroom with a goat, are all good stories. Audiences love them. But the story about Charlie throwing his food and my wife uncovering my childhood secret, a tiny story that takes place at a dining room table between a husband and a wife, that's the kind of story that audiences love best of all. Okay, here's why. If I tell the story about the time I died on the side of a road, was brought back to life in the back of an ambulance, it's going to be challenging for an audience to connect with my story and with me. Should there be a comma there? There should be a comma there. There's a typo here. All right. Maybe I'm wrong. It might be exciting, compelling, and even suspenseful, but audience members are probably not thinking, this is just like the time I died in a car accident and a paramedic brought me back to life. There's nothing in the horror of a car accident for an audience to connect to. Nothing that rings true in the minds of listeners. Nothing that evokes memories of the past. Nothing that changes the way the audience members see themselves or the world around them. But if you tell them a secret about childhood hunger, that story is much more likely to resonate with you. Why? We all have secrets that we hold close to our hearts. Maybe it's a secret that you never wanted anyone to know. Or maybe it's one that you desperately wish someone would uncover. Or maybe, like me, you had a secret that was discovered by a friend or loved one. Either way, we all know what it's like to have secrets like mine. We know how powerful and painful secrets can be. We also know what hunger feels like. We know what it's like to want something important and essential. Food, friendship, acceptance, love. But never to have enough of it. And we will always know what it's like to feel embarrassed or ashamed or never having enough of something that you desperately need. If you're a parent, you know what it's like to want your child's lives to be better than your own. You understand the desire to fill that lunchbox to the brim with food. This is why tiny moments, like the one at my dining room table with my wife and children, often make the best stories. These are moments that connect with people. These are stories that touch people's hearts. The story about my wife uncovering my childhood secret in the full 7-minute version is one of the most popular stories I tell, but it's not terribly funny or suspenseful or extraordinary. It doesn't involve a near death experience or law enforcement officers or indoor farm animals. It's a simple moment between a husband and a wife that has come to mean so much to me, and in turn to many of my fans. This is not to say the big moments, like the time I died on the side of the snow covered road 2 days before Christmas, I tell the story in chapter 13, can't make a great story. But it turns out these big stories needs to be more about the little moments than the big ones. We'll get into that later in the chapter. As I said, there's a point at which I realized that I need to start finding more stories to tell. I couldn't wait for the next time my heart stopped beating, or the time I was arrested for a crime I didn't commit. I needed to find these little moments. I needed to hunt them down. My goal was to identify the small stories that exist in my life already. All right, he's already referenced like these like 2 stories like 3 or 4 times in the past like 2 pages. He just keeps saying them over and over, which I guess is fine. I've been a school teacher for almost 20 years, so it was only natural that I assigned myself homework. I assigned myself homework for life. This is what I did. I decided at the end of every day, I'd reflect upon my day and ask myself one simple question. If I had a story to tell from today, a 5-minute story on stage about something that took place over the course of this day, what would it be? As benign and boring and inconsequential as it might seem, what was the most story-worthy moment from my day? Oh, he said it. He said it. He said the thing. He said the thing. I decided not to write the entire story down because to do so would require too much time and effort. As desperate as I was for stories, even I wouldn't be able to commit to writing a full story every day, even if it wasn't all that compelling. Instead, I would write a snippet, a sentence or 2 that captured the moment from the day, just enough for me to remember the moment and recall it clearly on a later date. I also allowed myself to record any meaningful memories that came to mind over the course of the day, in response either to someone or something that I said. No, in response either to something I added to the spreadsheet or something that came to mind organically. Oftentimes, these were recovered memories, moments from my past that I'd forgotten about for years but had returned to my mind through the process of doing homework for life. To do this, I decided to use an Excel spreadsheet. It works well for several reasons. First, it forced me to capture these moments in just a few words. As you can see, my spreadsheet is broken down into 2 columns. He has it over here. Where was it? The date and the story. That's it. As a result, I don't allow myself to write more than the story cell allows. For a novelist who's accustomed to writing hundreds or sometimes thousands of words per day, the temptation to write more was great, but I believed in simplicity. I believe in strategies that are easy to apply and maintain even on our busiest days. This is the best way to develop a habit. Hear me out. Yeah, so how many does he just show 1 page? Okay, he just shows 1 page. Here, I'll read them. These are a bit hard to see. So 10/29, Jamie and Monica's wedding, first family wedding ever. So much was missed that can never be recovered. Always feels like an outsider. 10:30, hit the ball onto the first green again. 10:31, Alyssa is horrified by a Meatloaf Pandora station. 11:1, didn't connect my work voicemail until November 1st. Only missed 1 call. Kids answering phones. Kids protected me from phone call. Okay. 11:12, started taking yoga. 11:3, I couldn't wait to get to school today to see David and hassle him about the Giants. More than anything else, crazy. 11:4, I went through the toll booth on the bridge without any money or my Easy Pass, terrified, worried about strangers when I normally don't care. Berated by toll booth operator, ticketed. 11:5, taught Clara about the Rolling Stones while lying in bed. Walk Kaylee, 2 a.m., underwear, birds, rain, beauty. Um, when I'm 12 years old, I found out that Measle Man, our childhood dog, Measle Man, what? Our childhood dog is named after the doc who gave my father his vasectomy. Tonight, for the first time, I realized that my father lost his dog in the divorce. How awful. What? I'm 18 years. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. Yeah. So I'm not gonna say that either. This is some. I don't want to say them. So 11:7. I prefer to write at McDonald's because I like racial and societal socioeconomic diversity, as opposed to Cashmere and American Express. What? Sam emails me about life coaching, friends divorce. Susan is a divorce consultant. Okay. All right, we're moving on. We're moving on. I get it. I get it. By creating a system requiring that I only write a few sentences a day, I was also sure that I'd never miss a day. And this is important. Miss one day and you'll allow yourself to miss two. Miss 2 days and you'll skip a week. Skip a week and you're no longer doing your homework for life. Moreover, by placing these most story-worthy moments, he said it, in a spreadsheet, I could sort them for later use. I could copy, cut, and paste these ideas into other spreadsheets easily, allowing me to ultimately separate the truly story-worthy moments, he said it, ideas, from the ones that merely had potential. Finally, by placing the stories in a spreadsheet, I was better able to see my patterns in life, and sometimes these patterns became stories too. For example, Alyssa and I never fight. We may disagree at times, but those moments are rare. We've never raised our voices to each other and never said anything that required an apology. It's disgusting, I know. Then one day last year, at the onset of summer, Alyssa asked me to install the air conditioners in the windows throughout our home. I didn't want to. When we were looking at houses years ago, we both agreed that central air was non-negotiable. We had to have it. Then we caved at the last minute and bought a house without central air. Oh my god. I was admittedly on board at the time. I liked the house a lot and agreed to the concession. But I'm annoyed at myself today for not holding out for a home with AC. Putting the air conditioners into the windows each year is a reminder of how I failed to hold the line at this non-negotiable point. You on, bot? You gone. Bro, bought a house without central air. I'm not sure how it is over. I'm not sure how it is over where you live, but like central air. There's a lot of older like rural houses that still don't have central air, but most houses in cities do. Some of the older houses in the older parts of the city still don't, but yeah. Yeah, I don't. Central air is like, come on. It is so nice to have. So nice. Where were we at? Okay, here we go. The air conditioners also get heavier every year, which is of course not the case, but it certainly seems as if they do. They serve as an annual reminder of my slow march towards death and the inevitability of my mortality. Each year I grow weaker and frailer. I hate it. I don't handle my mortality well at all, so I told Alyssa, no, not today. I'm not putting in the air conditioners. I don't feel like it. Okay, she answered from the living room. No problem. Then I stewed for 10 minutes. Thoughts swirled in my head. Easy for her to ask me to install those damn air conditioners. She doesn't have to carry them up the stairs from the basement. Besides, I grew up without a single air conditioner in my house. She can handle one more hot day without her precious cool air. I have things to do. More important things then carry 4 air conditioners up 2 flights of stairs and jam them into window casings. I quietly grumbled, groused for 10 minutes, and then in a huff, I stomped down the stairs to the basement and started bringing up the air conditioners, banging them around a little more than necessary and grunting as I did so. Are you okay? Alyssa called from the other room. I'm fine, I called back. I'm bringing up the air conditioners. Oh, she said in her voice as sweet as pie. Thanks. She had no idea how annoyed I was. In truth, I don't think she cared one bit, but if I brought the air conditioners up that day or 3 weeks later, she had no idea how I was feeling. I jammed those air conditioners into the windows while stewing in my own petty infantile anger. That was the story I recorded that day. Not exactly a story-worthy moment in its own right, but perhaps an anecdote for a larger story someday. 2 months later, I reacted the same way when she asked if I could mow the lawn. I protested. I grumbled silently about her request. I paced back and forth in a huff. Then I mowed the lawn, angrily, pushing the lawnmower as if I wanted it dead. Seeing that same behavior appear twice on my list made me realize something surprising. I do fight with my wife. I just don't fight with words. I fight by grudgingly and loudly doing chores that I don't want to do. I yell at her by banging air conditioners into walls and pushing my lawnmower furiously across the grass in neat, even rows. Best of all, she has no idea any of this is going on. This pattern turned into a realization, became a very funny story about my marriage that the audiences love. I learned something about myself and my marriage in the process too. My spreadsheet allowed me to see this pattern. When I started my homework for life, I didn't know what the results would be. At best, I hoped to find a handful of stories that I might be able to tell on stage someday. Instead, something amazing happened. As I reflected on each day of my life and identified the most story-worthy, he said it, moments, I also began to develop a storytelling lens. One that is now sharp and clear. With this lens, I began to see my life is filled with story-worthy moments. Stories. Oh, no, he didn't say that. He didn't say it. Moments of real meaning that I'd never noticed before were suddenly staring at me in the face. You wouldn't believe how plentiful they are. There are moments when you connect with someone in a new and unexpected way. Moments when you fill your heart with joy or break it into tiny pieces. Moments when your position on an issue suddenly shifts or your opinion of a person changes forever. Moments when you discover something new about yourself or the world for the first time. Moments when a person says something you never want to forget or desperately wish you could forget. Not every day contains a story-worthy, he said it, moment for me. But I found that the longer I did my homework, the more days did contain one. My wife likes to say that I can turn any moment into a good story, and my friend Plato has said that I can turn the act of picking up a pebble from the ground into a great story. Neither of these statements are true. The truth is, I simply see more story-worthy, he said it, moments in the day than most people. They don't go unnoticed as they once did. I discovered that there's a beauty and an import in my life that I never would have imagined before doing my homework. And that these small, unexpected moments of beauty are oftentimes some of my most compelling stories. Look at the highlighted item on my spreadsheet, for example. It reads, walked Kaylee, 2 a.m., underwear, birds, rain, beauty. What does that mean? My dog, Kaylee, wakes up at 2 in the morning. She almost never does this. So I'm surprised, annoyed too. It's clear she needs to pee. I'm wearing a pair of Valentine-themed satin boxers given to me by my mother-in-law, a fact I try very hard to forget every time I put them on, and nothing else. I have a decision to make. Take the time to get dressed or bring the dog out while I'm wearing nothing but my boxers. It's early November, but we're in the midst of a bout of warm weather. I live on one of those sort of side streets that you don't drive on unless you live on the street. I know all my neighbors. None of them are typed to be awake at the middle of the night, and it's 2 in the morning. I'll likely have the street to myself. Fine, I say, staring down at Kaylee from my bed. Let's go. I bring her onto the lawn and wait as she does her business. My boxer's only decision is looking good. I'll be back in bed in no time. But apparently, Peeing is not enough for Kaylee, because once she's done, she turns and starts walking down the street. I'm still only wearing my boxers, but I think this will be fine. I live on a little street with almost no traffic. It's 2 in the morning. No one will ever see me. And even if they do, I'm wearing boxers, practically gym shorts. So I walk with my dog under the yellow glow of streetlights. The air is cool. The sky is starless. Kaylee has an unusual bounce in her step. Her tail is wagging. She's happy. When we reach the end of my street where she typically turns back for home, she pauses, looks back, and then she turns right. Great. She starts to walk around the block, and it's a busy block once we're off my street. One more right turn and we'll find ourselves on the main street. It's the middle of the night. How many people are driving around at 2 a.m.? And Kaylee looks so damn happy. Fine, I decide. We'll go around the block. I start walking. It's a nice walk. If you've never been outside in the middle of the night, you know that the birds are louder when the sun is down than any other time of the day. They sing their hearts out at 2 a.m. On this night, they're especially loud. What is this word? Riotus? Ritus? I don't know what this word is. What is this word? I've never seen this word before. R-I... Oh, gosh darn it. I don't know what this word is. Hold on. R-I-O-T-O-U-S one. Riotous. Oh, my mouse is covered in oil. Riotous. I've never heard this word. This is my first time ever hearing this word. Okay. There's the birds are especially loud. Riotous. So what? March by or involving public disorder. A riotous crowd. Okay. This is all right. So here I am walking my dog around the block, listening to the birds sing, wearing nothing but boxer shorts. It's a little crazy, but it's fine. Nice even. Unnerving, but nice. We turn again on the main street, the farthest point from my block from home, and one of the busiest streets in town, when something unexpected happens. It's one of those moments when it wasn't raining, and then 1 second later it was. It's a downpour, Noah's Ark level precipitation. I'm instantly soaked. Now I know why the skies were starless. Storm clouds were overhead. Now I know why their birds were so riotous. They knew what was coming. So here I am with my dog in my boxers and the birds in the rain. And I still have 2 sides of this block to walk before we're home. And now I'm on Main Street. It's the middle of the night, but still, it's called Main Street for precisely what's happening right now. Cars and trucks are passing me by. Years ago, I would have been angry at this turn of events. Angry with myself for blundering into this mess. And angry with Kaylee for dragging me to this point. I would have nothing in this moment other than forgettable series of terrible decisions, extreme irritation, and likely embarrassment. I'd probably have picked up Kaylee and marched her home, swearing most of the way. Fortunately, on that day, I had my storytelling lens intact. By then, my lens was well developed. So I stopped on the corner, despite the rain and location, and in my scanty boxers, and I looked down at Kaylee. She looked up at me, and her tail was still wagging. Her tongue was hanging out with a doggy smile. This occurs to me. Kaylee is 14 years old. She's my best friend, and I've lived with her longer than I've lived with my wife. But I know that she's not going to be around for much longer. She's old. She's hobbling a bit. She's already survived a ruptured disc and back surgery. She's reached the end of her expected lifespan. This might be the last time that we walk in the rain together. So I stand on that corner in the pouring rain and soak in the moment in all its glory. It's beautiful, crazy, and absurd, but beautiful. What would have been just an annoying and forgettable 5 years ago is now something I've captured and will have for the rest of my life. Just from reflecting, absorbing, and recording that moment, it will never be lost to me. I don't know what else happened on that day, but when I see those words, walked gaily 2 a.m., underwear, birds, rain, beauty, I'm right back on that corner with the birds and the rain and my best friend. And when I'm lying on my deathbed centuries from now, oh my God, I'll be able to look back on that spreadsheet. Centuries. Oh my God, how old is he going to be? How old is he going to be? I'll be able to look back on that spreadsheet and see a handful of words and return to that time. Return. Okay. Yeah, return to that time. We're gonna return to the time and place as if I'm a time traveler. At that point, my best friend will have been dead and buried for years, but in my mind's eye, I'll be seeing her clear as day. Okay, here we're gonna stop here. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna stop here. There's still a bunch of pages left. Yeah, so that so far in the chapter, he's mainly just talking about how literally just writing 1 or 2 sentences can make him just, and I think this is true, just writing a couple sentences of just something that happened that day allows him to be able to remember these things much better. And I think that's interesting. I might start doing that. I actually know. I am going to start doing that. I'm going to get a spreadsheet put together right now. And I'm going to start doing that. And that way I can have stories that I can tell you. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway. Okay. Well, that was good. We were very productive today. We got a lot done. Cleaned our shoes. Read a book. I don't have to do anything for the rest of the day. Nothing. I can sit and stare at a wall. No. I can play Deadlock. I'm probably going to do that. Let's be honest. I didn't really play yesterday. So, awful. It's awful. I know. Anyway. I think that's it. I think we're done. I think we're done for tonight. For today. Tonight for you. I'll be back on Tuesday. As per usual, we'll be playing a little bit more Deadlock. Yeah, we will go from there. Do we have anything coming up? I don't think we have any interesting, actually. So not next week, but the week after, Marathon is going to have their what's it called? Their like open play test. So we're going to be playing that probably. We're going to be playing that probably cuz Marathon comes out March 5th. So that's not this coming Thursday, but the next Thursday. And so we'll play that Friday, and on our Tuesday stream, not this coming Tuesday, but the next Tuesday, we'll play Marathon. So we're gonna be playing Marathon, and we might even play it. No, that's a couple weeks out. I don't want to plan that far out. Next Sunday, what are we gonna do this week? Tuesday, we're probably gonna play some more Deadlock. Friday, we'll probably play some more Deadlock. Next Sunday, we're obviously gonna read some more. We might try to make that. Scrunchy. I'm gonna look up a guide and see what like kind of fabric I need. Because like I was saying before, I just have a ton of like scrap fabric just a ton of it, and it's just like sitting around. So we might we're gonna do something with that because I kind of want to. It sounds kind of fun. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but I think we can do it by hand. Eventually I would like to use my sewing machine, but I would have to figure out how to stream on it from my laptop. I think I can. I don't think it'll be too hard, but it would require a lot more setup. Eventually we will. Eventually we will. Anyway, yeah, that's what we're gonna do for this next week. Obviously more Deadlock. Anywho, with that being said, thank you for joining me again. I hope you have a good night. Hope you had a good weekend, a good vacation. Hope you have a good beginning of your week. And yeah, I will see you. As always, my name's Snowy Lotus. Thank you for joining me. This has been the Snowy Show. And as always, see ya. See ya.